It's now time for another review from the Armies of the Hobbit for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel SDF Wargaming Studio. My name is Andreas Norwegian Viking and this is my review from the Armies of the Hobbit for the Middle-earth strategy battle game. It is the Halls of Thranduil. So this is a combination of the Mirkwood part of the Lothlorien and Mirkwood list from the old sourcebook, as well as the Thranduils Halls list from the There and Back Again sourcebook. So this army is a bit of a mishmash and it has lost some of the older options it could previously have with the Wood Elves without armor, but I think this is a great army. I really like the feel of it, and I think when we go through Thranduil it'll all be okay. So Thranduil's Halls can historically ally with Erebor Reclaimed, the Iron Hills and the Survivors of Lake Town. So, of course, all the factions that were available at the Battle of the Five Armies, bar Radagast's Lines. It can conveniently ally with everyone else. So, the army may include Thranduil, King of the Woodland Realm, Legolas, Greenleaf, Prince Mirkwood, Tauriel, Palace Guard Captains, Mirkwood Ranger Captains, Palace Guard, Mirkwood Elves, Mirkwood Cavalry, Mirkwood Rangers and Wood Elf Sentinels. Their army bonus is the Elves of Mirkwood are not like their kin. They are less wise and more dangerous. Mirkwood Rangers from this force do not count towards the army's bow limit. Additionally, whilst they are within 3 inches of Thranduil, all Palace Guard Captains, Mirkwood Elf Captains, Palace Guard, Mirkwood Cavalry and Mirkwood Elves all against +1 to their wound rolls when making strikes. So previously the Ranger part of this rule was the full army bonus. Now they've got an extra boost to get a +1 to the bonus of +1 to the rolls when making strikes, which is fatal because a +1 to wound is very, very good. It is limited to 3 inches within Thranduil, but again that could actually be tactical advantage as well as a very, very good bonus. So I really like this. I like the direction so far. So going into Thranduil himself. So bear in mind I use the old new book, so the There and Back Again book as the benchmark for this. So I do not take into consideration the old Thranduil from the Free People source book from this, but it does have the option to be both, either separate or at the same time. So for a points cost from the previous version, where he didn't have magic, he was heavy armoured and had 2 swords and everything, he is gone down by a staggering 40 points. His defense also went down to 6 from 7. He's gone down by 2 points of defense and 1 attack. So he's gone down to fight 6, 4 defense and 2 attacks. So for the points value he's less, but it'll all become clear. So he is a hero legend. He's got an heroic accuracy, strike, strength and defense. He has an elven made sword and elven cloak, and he does have several options. So he did always have the option for an elk, a horse and an elf bow. They've remained unchanged, but it now has the access for a staggering 30 points, an additional elven made sword. So that seems to be an expensive elven made sword, but it does increase his attacks from 2 to 3, his fight value to 7, so +1 to fight, and he gets the Blade Lord special rule, which gives him a +1 attack for every single enemy model engaged after the first. So he could have a total of 8 attacks at a maximum, which is most definitely going to roll a 6 from 8 dice. In addition to this, he has the option for the Circlet of Kings. Now, the people familiar with the Free People sourcebook know that Thranduil from that version could have the Circlet of Kings. He was included in his profile, and he can get that for a staggering 25 points. But the Circlet of Kings is absolutely fantastic. It allows Thranduil, King of Mirkwood, to cast the magical powers Aura of Dismay and Nature's Wrath once per game. The spell is automatically cast, counting as a result as a 6, and no will points need to be expended. It can't be channeled, however, because he doesn't have the heroic channel ability, but as he did before. But again, you could have, for a huge amount of points, you could have a heavily armored Thranduil on the Elk with an additional Elven Made Sword, with Fight 7 and 3 attacks on the Elk, charging in, casting Nature's Wrath on the way in. That is an option if you want to pay the extra points for it, which is absolutely fantastic. So now you can have both, and I'm very pleased about that. For Legolas, he is mostly unchanged from the previous profile and there and back again. He is the same amount of points. He's a hero of valor, and he has access to accuracy and strike as his special heroic actions. He now has Elven Made daggers, so no longer just daggers but Elven Made, and his deadly shot now always hits on the roll over 2+ rather than auto hits. So that has become in line with the way he was in the Armies of the Lord Rings. One thing I did note is that he pays extra for his Elven Cloak. So in the Armies of the Lord Rings he pays 5 points for the Elven Cloak, now he pays 10 in this one. So I don't know if this is a mistake or if it's deliberate, but he pays extra for his Elven Cloak. Thranduil had the same change made to her, so she's a hero of fortitude, has heroic accuracy and heroic strike, just as Legolas does. But and she also has Elven Made daggers instead of just daggers. When it comes to the Palace God captains, they are heroes of fortitude and has access to heroic march, as all captains have. And the only change here is that the sword, which was an Elven blade, is now a hand and a half, so it can be used either way, as an Elven blade as well. Mirkwood captains, hero of fortitude, has access to march, no change at all. Mirkwood ranger captains, hero of fortitude with heroic accuracy, and has Elven Made daggers again. So this is gone through. Palace Guard, hand and a half swords. No change there either. The Mirkwood Elves are a point more expensive, I believe. They have hand and a half included in their profile, Elven Made swords, and they don't exchange something for a weapon. So that was a big controversy with their back end, that they had to swap their Elven Blade for a Elf Bow, or they could swap the Elven Blade for a glaive. Now they can have everything. So that's good. Oh, and separate thing though, Thranduil has gained Fleetfoot, so he can charge through forests. I forgot that. And we get to Fleetfoot now because the Mirkwood Cavalry also gain hand and a half Elven Made weapons, swords, and they're not got Fleetfoot. So, although they have Woodland Creature, the horse does not. So they can't really ride through difficult terrain. Mirkwood Rangers have Elven Made daggers, and I wonder if they are too expensive because they're unchanged in points and the Elven Cloaks are now lessened. so I wonder if they are a bit too expensive. And the Wood Elf Sentinels are unchanged as they were in the Lothlorien list in the Armies of the Lord Rings. So if you want a full profile on that, click on that video and you'll see the army review of Lothlorien. So yeah, that is the complete army of Mirkwood, the Thranduils Halls. A wonderful army, I believe, and it's just the fact that you can have Thranduil do all those cool things. He will be a superstar general in almost all of the armies you will see from this faction, and they can ally in some of the greater heroes of this age as well with their allies. So I believe it's a strong army by itself, and it can ally in some cool stuff as well. So next time we'll review Radagast's Alliance. Not much to go through there, but we'll do it anyways. So we'll see you then. Until then, I've been Andreas the Norwegian Viking, and that was my review of Thranduils Halls. Please comment, like, share and subscribe, and do consider supporting STF on Patreon using the link in the description below, as it is a fantastic way for you to support our efforts here at the studio, and it gives us the monetary means to expand, improve and give you more cool videos each and every week. And if that interests you, click on the link, but more importantly, support your hobby.